Yo, namaste, peace, God, hotep, ashe.
Hi.
13 love. What's up? 13 love. I'm gonna be talking about right here the American Society of Addiction Medicine, and this is short words for ASAM. And these are the main people that talk about things like that talk about the whole thing of that deal with the whole thing of the medicine roots and the clinical studies of THC and cannabis and whatever, and studies and they base mainly their studies is mainly based off the 1950s, and we got to remember that around the 1960s and all these times was when everybody was able to burn and able to do what they got to do, with no problem, free, and everybody knows there was less crimes for that form, like just because of that, that things were able to settle down because people were able to think differently. We all know that melanin deals with having that collective thought of consciousness to be able to see everybody as a wholeness and to have that kind of love and so forth. And for people to say that THC or whatever marijuana is destructive to your melanin, I think not, because just for the simple fact that you could look at history and you could see the old timers and all that on the way they act, and just the form of the marijuana itself, just on how it's being passed around and how people are able to communicate while they're on it. Those that are not influenced to be thinking that they're stupid once they're on it, because that's the majority of things that happen when people are on it. People are pressured by society and influenced, just like anything else, any other thing that happens in society. When people are pushing you on it, it's like people voting for anybody. It's like people voting for the president. Everybody's deciding on this. It's just like how money has value right now. This American dollar has value is because everybody believes in that, so they give that power. Like most of the people believe in that, so they give it power. And so it's the same thing with the mentality frame. So these niggas deal with in 1950s and all that. So their studies is old. So remember that they once thought that the world was flat, and now they found out that it's not. So they're basing their thoughts still till 1950s. Here I am, a person that doesn't have a laboratory like that, a scientific, like all this crazy shit. Like I don't get paid to do weed studies and all this, or any other kind of studies in that format. I get paid by the Most High and all the natives. That's what makes me wealthy, and will thyself and heal thyself. So, by knowing that, it's showing you like where's their melatonin at, where's their mentality at. If they have all this access, how come they haven't found what I found without being in a laboratory? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're gonna continue on. They started off with alcoholism. So the whole shit was that they started as alcoholism, which is drinking, the poison, and they said, hey, let's get on this right here, because this is opening people's mind, and we need to get them off of this. This is making people think, because people that were on alcohol would go on marijuana and let go of alcoholism and no longer be stuck on that, because now they're like, yo, I see a bigger picture. So they're like, nah, we need to stop that. Their symbol is a Kundalini nega serpent rising up a stick, just like the Kudu symbol, but it's just one nega serpent rising up, like that dollar symbol that you see, alright? So these are their missions. First one is increase access to increase access to improve the quality of addiction treatment. So what that means is that they're trying to increase the access to the quality of the addiction treatment. So they're making money off of people being addicted. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of doctors would tell you, yo, it's okay to drink wine every day. It's good for your blood. Drink beer every day, or just having at least one cup. Well, if you study these dumbass people, these alcoholism people, it tells you how habit starts and shit like that. It's like 30 days habits. So if you do something repeatedly after 30 days, you will obviously, it doesn't take that long for this, but you will get hooked to it. it's like smoking a cigarette. If you smoke a cigarette for 30 days, you're gonna get hooked to it. You know what I'm saying? Like constantly every day as a ritual, you're gonna get hooked to it. And just like when so by seeing that you could do something negative, you could do something positive, doing it ritually every day, and you'll see that you get adapted to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like riding a bike or whatever, just making the wheel spin, and that's the wheel. See, and that's why people get influenced by all this negative shit about, you know, THC and all that, because they don't have that willpower to begin with. So then they see how their willpower get even weaker. So when they on this, and then they try to blame it on something else, and it's like, oh, it's not that. It's that now you opening the portals, and now you're open and susceptible to things to attack you when you're in your vulnerable state. That's why it deals with a level of maturity. Some people, when you see them burn, they all act all goofy and all dumb and all crazy and shit like that, while others are more mature and will act, you know, accordingly, will act more intellectually, or have that in a form to use it in a more positive form, in an action to motivate more. And now, the second one deals with, this is their missions. The second one deals with educate physicians, medical, orthopathic students, and public. So basically, to teach everybody and everything the foundations of what they the studies that they made. So if they say this shit is bad, that's what their mission is, to make sure that the schools get that the public gets that, the medical gets that, the physician gets that, everybody gets that in their head. Like, yo, you better not say nothing else but what we say. No matter, I don't give a shit if you've done your own studies. You better say what we say. Number 3, promote research and prevention. So that's their whole thing. Like, they trying to promote fake research, you know what I'm saying, and prevention, for you not to try to get on that. They're trying to prevent you from even acknowledging that. And number 4, establish addiction medicine as a specialty recognized by the American Board of Medical Specialties. They assure any doctor or whoever talks about marijuana the way they have it on record. So that's their main thing, and it's basically, it's just all about getting you addicted to something else and to give you a different kind of medicine, like to throw you Xanax and all these blues and all this other kind of stuff, all this crazy stuff. Let's see what else. But if you could remember, like they say that it has a negative effect on you, but that's according to them. You know what I'm saying? You gotta acknowledge to them. So the effect, if you ever remember the movie, I think it was the movie Paranormal, where they doing all this, it's a whole bunch of shit that you could use as an example. I'm just using that real quick. How there was a paranormal, and they were being attacked by spirits, and nobody knew why that they were being attacked by spirits, but it's because they had karma behind them. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people have negative effects. That's why a lot of people be paranoid when they on this shit, because they already have a karma effect. They already have a negative a way of living. So when they induce this, they add this to them. It's like this. It's like bringing this right here to the picture, nigga. This is why I say that this is Moldavite, and Moldavite is exactly like this. Moldavite is the weed, what you call weed, but you know, I call it THC. I call it you know, cannabis. I call it the tree of life. I call it the holy Kabbalah, tree of life. You know what I'm saying? Tree of knowledge. That's what this is. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna give you that big transformation. Now, another thing before I go to the next video, I just want to say this real quick. I looked up Jewel Pukrum, and I want you to look it up too. Like I said, when you look up THC, look it up as THC. Don't look it up as weed. Don't look it up as some dumbass shit. Look it up on some scientific shit, and you got to do hard research. What is research? Research, look at the first word of research. Ra, search, ray. So you have to go within. You have to be. It's not as, it takes more energy, it takes more work than just some Google search on just one little thing, my nigga. It's not just like that. It's real hard work. That's why a lot of people don't get to this. This is the initiation. This is why a lot of people don't don't exceed to this level, because it takes a lot of hard work, and I comprehend that. I understand that. Like, a lot of people will look like, why would I waste my time on this? I'm gonna explain that on the other video, all the benefits to it. But here's Jewel Pulchrum. You look it up on the thing is called The 7 Circuits of the Brain, and it was part 5. So you look that up on YouTube. You can pause this video right now and go on YouTube and look it up as 7 Circuits of the Brain 5, alright? And this is Jewel Pulchrum, you know what I'm saying? Divine Shaman Jewel Pulchrum. She's dope, she's ill, she knows her shit. But some people ain't in tune with this shit right here, what I'm about to say. And it happened to fall right on 333, my G's. 333, alright? So you go on 333, and you'll see on that part right there, it says that she's talking about the circuits and all this, right? But there's something that immediately rises you up to the 4th circuit. To the 4th circuit. And she also, but before I say that, she also talked about at the beginning. She talked about people being ambience and bird